to lesson number 9 out of 10 of Accordion Shop Cape Town. My name is Stanislav Angelov. Firstly, I would like to say a little short apology to those of you who followed the beginning of this series, the first 8 lessons, which I try to stick to once a week, a new lesson, for waiting so long for this lesson to come. There is one more. I'm not going to promise this time that it will be next week. But anyway, this is lesson number 9. And the usual thing, if you have found this video by chance, I would recommend to go back and watch the other previous videos if you're really a beginner, because everything that we use in this lesson will be something that we learned in the previous 8 lessons. The links for those will be in the description of this video. If you find these lessons useful, please remember to subscribe to the channel. And if you feel like it and you would like to support me and support the channel, there's going to be a link of a site called Buy Me a Coffee, where you can buy me a coffee, and it will help me improve my equipment and help me record more videos like this. Now, to remind you what we've learned so far in the previous 8 lessons, we have practiced different major scales with the right hand, and then we play them with accompaniment with the left hand. Not with 2 hands together playing scales, but just accompaniment from the left hand. We also played so far only major chords, and we also learned a technique called alternate basses, when we play the bass note, the major chord, and then the button above the bass chord, which is called the alternate bass, or that's actually the 5th note of that particular chord. And we have used that. Then we have also done things with the right hand, stretching, contracting fingers, and etc. In these lessons we're going to touch something that usually my students get very excited when we get to this moment with them. We learn about minor scales and about minor chords in the left hand. So for beginning, we're going to play A minor scale. And when it comes to minor scales, there is something that in music theory one needs to understand about harmonic minor, melodic minor, natural minor, etc. So I'm not going to go into too much explanations, but what we're going to learn and what's the most common minor scale that is ever played, it's called harmonic minor. And today we're going to play the A minor harmonic. And the key signature of the A minor is the same as C major, like no sharps, no flats. But because we want to make it harmonic, we rise the 7th note, which is G, and it becomes a G sharp. And here is how the fingering works, very similar to the most major scales that we've practiced. So I'm going to play the A minor scale with the right hand only, changing bellows on every bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is your A minor scale. So remember, when you reach after the 3rd finger comes again the 1st, but then when you reach your note G, you're not going to play G, you need to move your 4th finger to the black note, which is the G sharp. So there will be F, and the G is not going to be this, but will be this G sharp. And then the 5th finger plays the A. This is the exercise number 1 for this lesson. Now we're going to move on to the exercise number 2, where we learn about minor chords in the left hand, because we want to accompany this same scale with the minor, and we're going to need to play minor chords in the left hand. So as you remember, with the major chords we always use the 4th finger for the bass note and the 3rd finger for the major chord, like this. With the minor chords we're going to have the 2nd finger on the next row of the buttons. As you can see, my 4th finger is on the C bass, third finger it was until now on the C major chord, and the second finger falls on the next button, which is the C minor chord. So this is what happens. And I play with the second finger. Okay, now very similar with how we moved with the major chords, the package moves up. You see the fingers, they don't separate from each other. I don't go like this with one finger only. The package of these two fingers goes up. And then I play the G minor. And then again we go up to the D minor. One more up. And one more up, which happens to be our E minor, and it will be marked button on most of your instruments that you use. With this exercise, as you know, most of these exercises eventually become available to download in a PDF file. Once you get to this exercise, please carry on up and down playing minor chords just to get used to moving up and down on your instruments. And then we're going to move on to the next exercise. Lesson. We're going to have a combination of minor and major chords. On this lesson we're not going to learn how to play alternate bass with the minor chords. We'll still keep bass note with its minor chord only. But when we have a major chord, we will have the alternate bass. So please always watch the fingering and read the notes, and you will see that now comes the alternate bass for the major chords. Also, what I've done with this exercise is based on the left hand of the song that we're going to learn at the end of this lesson. Alright, and here is exercise number 32 or number 3 for lesson 9. 1, 2, 3, A minor. And another A minor. And again A minor. Now in the following bar we've got A major with an alternate bass. And now we go down to the D minor. Another bar of D minor. And now we go up to the A minor. More A minor. And now we're gonna go up to the E major with an alternate bass. And down to the A minor. And a long one. You will find this sequence to be part of the song that is coming later. And now we're moving on to the exercise number 4 for this lesson. And this is now we're going to play the minor scale that we learned earlier with the right hand, and now we're going to add accompaniment to this. And for this accompaniment we're going to have the A minor chord, we're going to have the E major chord, which is above. As I said, on the bigger instruments that button will also be marked similar to the C or slightly different, but it's supposed to be marked. For those of you who have accordions where the E is the last button, obviously wherever you have in this lesson to play alternate bass with the E major chord, just play only E bass and E major. You won't have the button above the E on your instruments. If you have a 40 bass or 48 bass, it's very likely that you don't have the B on your instrument. So anyway, we're going to start now with the A minor, and the right hand is ready for also for the A minor scale, and we're going to change bellows every bar. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And now we open with the E major, D minor. Your A minor scale accompanied with the left hand. When we start learning a song, as we said before, or an exercise with 2 hands, we first practice each hand on its own. So for the song Bella Ciao, why I chose this song is because through some of these recent series called Money Heist, the song became again very popular, and a lot of my students, beginner students, they're asking to play it, and it turns out that it's a fairly easy song to learn. So that's why I decided to put it as part of this lesson. I made it very, very simple, I hope, and so that a beginner can play this song. And just a little tips here how to prepare your right hand so that you don't get into troubles, because there are stretches, there's turning your fingers, etc. There's changing your fingers and so on. So I'm gonna just play for you the right hand and I'll talk you through. So when I start, I put my second finger on the A, third on the B, fourth on the C, and then my first will be actually stretched down to the E. And I'm gonna keep my hand like this for a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through how the things go with the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. My first finger is on the E. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So far, no moving has happened. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here you must stretch your fifth finger for the E. 1, 2, change finger, 3, 4, another change. And now you open the bellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So far, after that moving, changing your fingers, there was nothing happening. And now watch what happens. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And here on the long note, I hold it and I change a finger and I prepare my first finger for the E for the repeat. And now I repeat. 2, 3, 4, 1. For you to see it one more time. Changing. What the right hand of Bella Ciao looks like. And I'm going to give you the whole song with two hands together. So as we said, the sign of C with the cross line means 4/4, but it also means, because it's quite fast, one can even count it in 2. So that's what I'm going to do now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. This is Bella Ciao, a simplified arrangement for that for beginners. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember to subscribe to the channel. If you wish to help me make this channel even better and produce better videos, get better equipment, follow the link for Buy Me a Coffee. And I will try to give you lesson 10 soon, but I'm not gonna promise that it will be next week. Thank you.